Hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
How is everyone?
What's up? What's up?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
I'm here.
Hi,
I'm good.
Jason.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you
Awesome.
doing?
I'm great.
It's awesome.
I'm so stoked this evening. So stoked.
What you stoked for?
I'm so stoked I get to talk to Mike Bama.
Mike Bama?
Yes. And then Alan Helms in studio.
What?
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, we got Mike Bama from Alabama?
Yes. Yes.
That's a crazy lineup.
No, wait. Who would have thought of that name?
How did we get them?
How did that happen?
That is all him.
That is all him.
Yeah. So, yeah. Good evening. I do want to give a shout out to Problems. Thank you for the song. Major love. Major
Thank you,
love.
Problems.
That just, it doesn't like.
This episode is sponsored by Community South Mental Health.
I got 99 problems and
Problems. Yeah.
Yep.
mhm.
Right on, guys. That's funny. So, yeah, so get shout outs out of the way. Joe, you want to talk to anybody, show any love?
Oh man, everybody.
he's like, no.
Who's that? I show no love.
No.
Hey, welcome to another Monday Night Love. That's
Wait,
a love I
did we go
got.
through a name change recently?
Thank you.
Monday Night Love?
Oh,
What is
Monday.
Oh, good catch.
Monday
it?
Love.
Branding,
Sorry.
baby.
Sorry.
Yes, good catch. Good catch.
Maybe
Hells
we'll start doing it on a Thursday.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
We've got enough problems.
Ash, what are you doing?
Yeah, weird.
Stop
That is-
saying this.
Yeah, that is so much change up. That would be like, wow. Yeah. What are you doing over there? Ooh, look at you. Look at you go.
What's he
I
doing?
am,
Porn? This is no time to look at porn.
My bad.
This is-
I'm
It's-
sorry.
It's the boobs that fuck
This
Are
is
you
me
that
up.
one guy.
excited? Oh, yes. Sorry.
How about
That
you,
is
Jason?
definitely a flashlight.
How about you, Jason? Do you want to shout out anyone?
My girlfriend?
How about Studio J?
Oh, Studio J.
Studio
Which is the
J.
backdrop you see back there. Welcome. This is my studio. Come on, guys. What is this? Amateur night?
It really is. It's been a long week already, man.
Long week
Long week.
already.
So long.
So long.
It's so long. It's 3 inches from the floor. So long.
See,
Oh, my imagine.
everyone's
I'm talking,
always been fucking
what?
lying. Men lying. It's 6 inches.
Well, that's why half the women think 6 inches is really 3 inches. Hey, go measure this. Like, what is this thing? That is
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Yep. So yeah, so good times.
So a reminder to subscribe, rate, review this podcast on whatever platform you're on.
Whatever platform, hit that like,
What
subscribe.
all platforms
Give
are
us
we
some
offering?
love.
Where are we at? Where's all
We're
the-
going to be on, or by the time people are listening, we're live now, so we're not there yet, but by the time you're listening to it in the future, we'll be on iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher and Google Play Music and
Hells yeah.
all those places. So
Hells yeah.
Hells yeah.
And everyone who's watching live, if I could get one share per person, that would be amazing.
if I could get just one share,
Just one share.
it'd all be worth it.
Yep, absolutely.
Just one share.
Yep, introduce your friends.
One share can feed an entire nation.
Everyone look at the top of Miranda's hat. And
Oh
there's
my
a
God,
face. There's
I'm
a face under
sharing.
there.
Eat
There's
a
a
dick.
face.
Oh my God.
Holy cow.
Good Lord. What is
Okay,
going
fine.
on
I
here
will
tonight?
stop.
Yeah.
I will stop.
Ah,
All right.
Thank you. That was a hint to get out
Yes,
of your phone.
I fucking got it.
Is that a
So the
phone?
host. I only ask you to do this once a week, Miranda. Could you give me
Man.
one night?
Oh my
Damn
God.
it.
You're like a millennial.
Don't even go there.
Good
Not
Lord.
even. Wow.
I can't take you nowhere.
It's a hardcore fuck with Miranda night. Wow. All right, let's ride this
Hardcore.
wave. Hardcore.
Should we
Kinda
talk?
like the
should we talk
porn.
to our Zoom guests, or how long are we gonna make him
Zoom.
wait?
I was getting
we-
ready to. If y'all would quit fucking with me.
Why
Just
is
trying, just trying to fill the dead
Why
air.
is everybody always messing with me?
I know, right?
I just can't understand
I'm
it.
gonna give the
Okay.
viewers a sneak peek real quick.
Okay.
Sneak
all right.
peek.
There he is. Bye. Oop.
Whoa! Oh,
All right.
All real.
Without further ado.
Now on the TV behind you.
Yes.
Oh,
He's gone.
Teasing again.
dang it.
It was a run by miking.
What?
That's not a real thing.
I would run by Miking.
All right.
That was like a bad dad joke.
He's
Yeah,
posing,
yeah.
posing ready for us.
It's a
drive-by
There,
miking.
there he is. I put it up. There he is.
There he is, Mike.
What's up?
1, 2, 3. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
What up?
What's up?
How you been? How you been?
I am excellent. I was actually over here laughing because y'all brought up the name.
Because I'm hilarious.
You know, there's a funny story to the name Mike Bama, right?
Oh, tell us.
Tell us.
He's
Let's
getting right into lore. Okay.
Right on.
I like
Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, it's really funny because I'm from Alabama and everybody gives me a hard time because I'm such a diehard Auburn fan. And, how can you be named Mike Bama and be from Alabama and not be an Alabama fan? But the actual name Bama, I created as like I think it's called a monogram or an anagram or whatever. It means something. It stands for believe and manifest anything.
Oh, right on.
So that's
I
what
dig
the
that.
Bama is, and I represent my state, not the team. I'm a diehard Auburn fan, so it's. But yeah, when I first started out, I think I was even gonna call myself Mikey B or something stupid like that. So thank God I came up with Mike Bama because that stuck and it's been very catchy.
I do. I absolutely love it. Would you say it again? It's believe and manifest
Believe
for all my
and
guys.
manifest anything. And actually, the BAM fam, which is my fan base, the Bama family, BAMFAM stands for believe and manifest for all mankind. So that's what the BAM fam is. The brand is all about making the world a better place using your mind and positivity. And I've seen myself so many circumstances and situations that have been de-escalated by me simply walking in unaggressive, because so many people, maybe someone's aggressive at you and so you feel aggressive demeanor of retaliation is warranted, and maybe it is, but a lot of times if you're the nice guy, nobody wants to be the asshole that's being mean to the guy who's being nice and not raising their voice.
Very true. Very true. Yep. So before we keep going, do you want to shout out anyone?
Lots of people. Shout out to the BAM fam. Love them. Major shout out to my beautiful wife, Amber, who is expecting our first child.
Right on. Congratulations.
Thank you. Shout out to K4 Productions. I got a lot of buddies over there that I've been working closely with. Shout out to a lot of the artists who have helped me get here today. I'm glad to be back, but looking forward to working with a lot of them again. Cypress Springs,
You're cutting out, Mike.
Bubba Sparks. There's quite a few. The list is looking promising. I came back and everybody's kind of been like, it's about time, and I'm very grateful for the response.
That is awesome, because I noticed that you had dipped out for a little bit.
Yeah, well, my plan was I was actually getting ready to re-enlist in the Army. It's actually not even that widely known that before I started doing rap that I was in the military. But I did 4 years as a military police officer before I became a country rap artist, before I joined. Say what?
Sorry, there was a little,
technical difficulty.
Yes. We're good. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're good.
Proceed.
Okay. So I did 4 years in the Army as a military police officer before I became a country rapper. And then I've done that for the last 5 or 6 years. And I was actually going to get back into the Army. But my final medical waiver got denied. And at first it was kind of a big blow. And I was like, really upset about it. But I feel like everything happens for a reason. So
Absolutely.
I landed a really good job that allowed me to stay here and continue doing music. And right around that time, I found out, that we're expecting our first kid, which is awesome because I wouldn't have wanted to have to miss all that. So
That
everything
is awesome.
seemed to have worked out.
And thank you for the service.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Yeah, everything does happen for a reason. I do truly believe that. So I am glad that you can be part of everything now.
For sure.
And then you were kind of cutting out. You wanted to give shout outs to Bubba Sparks. I heard before, like in between the glitching.
Yeah, Bubba Sparks, Matt Towns, Cypress Spring, Camo Collins, Cannon Banyan, Doris Ann, Red, Josh Cates. There's a lot of people that I've been working with lately that'll be on my show December 14th in Alabama. That'll be headlined by Bubba Sparks.
That's
Ray
the
Gotti,
poster.
Banks.
That's the poster behind you, correct?
Yeah.
That happens to be my birthday, and there's actually a few that you named off who have already agreed to do interviews. So that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be a fun one.
That's
I'm
amazing.
really looking forward to it. I wanted to bring them to Prattville, which is my stomping grounds, my hometown. And so I reached out to Bubba personally. I got in touch with the venue personally, and this is a show that I've set up myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
So you came back in the game even stronger than when you left the game.
Yep.
Love it. That's awesome.
So is this the first time you working with Bubba Sparks?
Well, me and him have spoke before. He was supposed to be on my last album, but we had a few difficulties and he ended up missing the deadline. So as soon as I came back, I reached out to him and he was like, "It's awesome you're back. Congratulations on the baby." And you know, he agreed to be on the new album, but the song that y'all may even be sneak peeking a little bit later.
Ooh.
Ooh.
A little
that
sneak peek?
song is it's incredible. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever gotten a chance to work on. So
Besides this
now
podcast.
it has turned into a single that I'm going to do a music video around, and it's going to be its own project.
That is awesome. Very, very cool. I'm congratulations. That is huge, and especially with like who the father of country rap is. That's awesome.
Yeah, the OG. It doesn't
Exactly.
get more OG than Bubba Sparks.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
Hell yeah.
Did you say Bubba Sparks is going to be on the show? I think I heard that. Bubba Sparks.
Yeah,
Not sure the date yet. We're working that out.
Obviously.
I haven't actually reached out to him yet. I figured we were still, growing.
We're,
So
growing like
I'll
my
let him know
waistline.
that y'all are trying to get in touch with him. Bubba's a really cool guy, and
That-
he's out here grinding right now. So I'm sure he would love the publicity.
that would be amazing, actually. Absolutely. Yeah,
For sure,
if you could,
for sure.
yeah, drop an idea or just shooting the podcast and be like, "Hey, dude, check
Yeah,
this
for sure.
out." So,
Like, this is where we was at.
Yeah.
Oh, you should go.
yep.
Come visit
So-
the fat guy on Monday Love.
Would you call me?
I'm sorry. I
on the
I
other
can't
side.
help it. I lost like 3 seconds of a pound.
Oh wow, listen to you. I
seconds of a
gained it
pound.
over here.
3
so
seconds
don't
of a
even go there.
pound.
Pounds
I
aren't
thought
measured in
about
time.
Well, when you think about losing it, you think about it for a second. Like, I'm going to lose it, then I'm going to go ahead and order that cheeseburger. So I thought about it for 3 seconds, and then I was like, screw it, I want to eat the burger. So that was what I lost.
That's funny. Wow. Okay, so I know that you had dropped out for personal reasons for a little bit, but it's still listed on your page that you had left your job at Bam Fam back in March. Do you think you're going to change that and concrete it back in just like it disappeared, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're waiting for like the original or the launch of a new project, which the first official project back will be the Bubba Sparks and Matt Towns song. So, I'm kind of like, I'm back and I've let people know I'm back, but I didn't just cannonball into the pool. Like, I'm periodically doing little things here and there. I did a show with MZG down at the warehouse in Clarksville, Tennessee. And then I put this show together. Now I'm doing this, just little things to let people know, hey, Bama is coming back. But when I really decide to make the splash will be when I release the song and music video.
Gotcha. And that's the little snippet that we have.
Right, and that's all the snippet is just the hook to show people how this is a completely different Mike Bama than anything they've ever heard before.
It really is. I really dig it. I do. I really, really dig it. Yeah. That's awesome.
When are we looking at that? Later?
Well,
do we have to wait till later?
no, I was gonna close the interview with it, but no, yeah, we can.
Okay,
Yeah, we can watch the snippet now.
Or
So
you
we
could
can
stall for another minute while I find it.
Okay, so so we had talked like 2 years ago, and we had talked on the phone, and you had told me then your ideas and where you wanted to go. Do you think that you have accomplished at least a third of that or more, or have you added more than what you've accomplished?
Yeah, you know what? I was actually kind of taking a mental inventory or stock of the accomplishments the other day, and I mean it's definitely more than humbling. Some of the things that I can say I've done, I mean I've got a short film that I was in that has made it through film festivals. And I've got a music career or a music catalog that's 40 songs deep with 12,000 monthly listeners on Spotify still, even while I was on a sabbatical.
Hell yeah.
And then you've got the major accomplishments like, the viral sensation Hot Damn with FJ Outlaw that's got over 4 million views right now, or my Came From music video that's over 250,000. So those are just milestones to me that are like, I mean, that's something to hang my hat on that a lot of people will never get to, but for somebody like me, the hunger just grows. And so when I see 4 million, well, now I want to see if I can make it 40 million.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You just add a zero. It ain't nothing big, right?
No.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
and then after that, we'll just add one more zero. And
Just
we'll
add
make it
another one.
400.
Yeah, no big deal. You got this. But yeah, so if I came across Mike Bama like 2 years ago, and he had mentioned it, so it's only fair game now. I fell in love with the Hot Damn song, and by the way, like 1 million of those is probably me. Just saying.
Everybody says that too.
Yeah, I actually love it because there's when you and I had talked on the phone 2 years ago, there's a lot of truth to it that you're speaking out to certain people in that song. And then having talked to FJ as well, I knew he had told me that he threw the what was it, the third, his second verse, the third verse on there after you guys had already agreed to work together. So how did that work out? Was it like your booking agents, or I mean? So,
all right, I'll give you a quick rundown of how that whole thing happened. Actually, it was pretty interesting. It was a fan. It was right around the time Yee Yee went viral, and when that went viral, a fan that was not a fan of the song Yee Yee, they were commenting saying it drives me crazy that this song would go viral, but you've got people like Mike Manic, FJ Outlaw, and Mike Bama dropping bombs every day, and none of their stuff goes viral. And I was like, wow, that's an amazing compliment. Right. It was a fan I didn't recognize, so it held a lot of weight with me, and I was like, that's pretty cool. So that day, I went and listened to some Mike Manic and FJ Outlaw songs.
Okay.
And I had heard of Manic, and I reached out and I let him know, I love your stuff. We should link up sometime or whatever. But that was the first time I'd heard FJ's stuff, and I loved it. I was like, oh, this raspy voice would mesh so well with what I do. Like, he's got that good bass, and I have more of a high-pitched rasp. And so I was like, this would really blend. So I hit him up on Instagram, and I got a message back immediately, and we talked for a little bit. And the very next day, I woke up with "Hot Damn" in my email with an open verse. Now, I didn't know at the time, but I was talking with his label, and I ended up speaking with FJ, and he was more than excited for me to be on the song. He was a little, I didn't hesitant with that song because that one was one he knew was going to be a big banger.
Right.
You know, from the beginning, he knew it. So I definitely felt like he respected me and liked me as an artist to agree to have me on it, because it was the label pushing to have me on there. Because at the time, I still had a lot of buzz from, you know, the work I was doing with Upchurch. So we did the song, and then it evolved into me signing with the same label that he was with, and that's where the America album came from. And his album was set to be released after mine, so it got put on my album so that the fans could have it for a while.
Gotcha.
And then
I gotcha. Listening.
Okay. And then when I eventually left the label, as did he, in his agreement, he got the song, which it was his song to begin with. It was just on the America album because my album was set to be released first and we were on the same label. So at the time, it didn't matter. It was all about the teaming.
Gotcha.
But when we both went our separate ways and went back to being independent artists, he got the rights to that song. And, you know, I mean, it was, I'm grateful to, like I said, grateful to be on that song. It was a banger. It gets me a lot of attention. A lot of people find out who I am because of that song. So, I mean, it blows my mind that FJ had done a song with Big Smoke and I had done a song with Upchurch. And the first time me or him hit 1 million views was our collab.
Yeah. Yeah, because I kept a close eye on it for quite a while, and then I noticed that someone's had disappeared and someone's had stayed. So I actually had grabbed that song. Jason, can we do the Hot Damn first?
Is that the one you just sent me?
No, that's the clip. That's the snippet.
Snippet.
The other one is actually
Snippet or
a full
click it.
song.
Snippet or ticket.
But yeah, so I had came across this song, and I immediately reached out to both of them.
Right on.
So yeah, so being able to talk with Mike Bama now, like I was listening to Hot Damn earlier, my mom's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you playing that song all the time." I was like, "Oh yeah, guess what? I got an interview with him."
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, this is how I fell in love with them.
Oh, there we go.
How much we playing?
Play it until after Mike Bama does his. So about 3 minutes.
About that.
Hot damn, another shot up in the air again. I'll probably never care again about anything. I'm arrogant. Ooh, I'm messed up, head spinning like a hurricane. I'm messed up off that alcohol and Mary Jane. That white boy, but brown, but brown. Damn, that white boy, but brown, but brown. Damn, that white boy, brown, but brown. Damn, piece of white trash, piece of white trash. Tatted up, bearded down. They say I look like a lumberjack. My skill level is a 2 if you reduce a number back. your boy Mike Bama starting to piss some people off lately. Same dudes I used to kick it with, now tell they friends they hate me. They spreading lies, telling all they fans Mike Bama shady. But that's okay if you think I'm staying quiet, you must be crazy. Still murder on the track, so I'm still your main selection. Still dreaming, hit the stoves and drop in everyone's collection. Still out here on the grind, so I'm making these connections. FJ Outlaw and Mike Bama, that's a musical erection. Got a little bit of buzz, so I'm feeling cocky. Step in the ring like Common Rocket. I'm gonna be the champ, you can never stop, man. Flow so cold like a playing hockey. Little MGK, little bit of Kid Rock, little Kevin Gates, little bit of Tupac. Mix it together and what do you got? A bad little crack that is sound to be hot. Hot damn, another shot up in the air again. I'll probably never care again about anything.
Nice.
I'm arrogant. Ooh, I'm messed
Yeah.
up. Head spinning
Yeah.
like a hurricane.
Man.
Messed up.
And that's hit 4 million views. Very, very good song. Love it. And
Yeah.
Oh, Millie.
Yep. Okay, so since we talked about that, and like you had said earlier, a lot of people want to know the answer to it, and what you had told me earlier when we had talked. Where do you stand with him as an artist? I don't want to know about the personal level. Where do you stand with him as far as an artist goes?
I think FJ Outlaw is one of the hardest rappers spitting in the game, period. You know, business is business, and we're both rappers. We're both prideful rappers. We both got egos.
Right.
And I can be a bit of a diva. So I know I'm tough to be around. And I mean, we were so close that we were living together. You know, that's always going to get difficult. But I got nothing but a tremendous amount of respect for him. I've been watching all of the new stuff he's been dropping with Forgatio Glow and with Rocky Luciano and stuff. Lyrically and just sound-wise, I think he's one of the best rappers doing it, and I wish him nothing but success. I mean, plus, the bigger he gets, the more views Hot Damn will get. Hey!
I knew it. Hell yeah. That's awesome, because, yeah, when I had talked to him, he had just left living with you for like 4 months, and then he was also in the, with you and Franco Cash. He was in one of those videos, and then, you know, back and forth. So it's good that you guys still have a professional persona together.
At the end of the day, there will be nothing but respect, just because, you know, like, we went through enough, we grinded together, like, and we made something truly special. I mean, and if it wasn't for him, you know, like, a lot of shit wouldn't have happened. My whole America album came together because I signed with 1186, and that all came from, you know, that day I reached out to him on Instagram. So,
Right.
like, I definitely owe a good portion of my success to linking up with him. And like I said, take all of that out of the equation. I think he's one of the dopest rappers spitting. That's the reason I reached out to him originally in the first place. When I first heard him, I was like, this dude is sick.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, again, that's awesome. I have reached out to him. So I actually did a post on the Hip Hop Redneck Style page. And I said, who out of, you know, hip hop, country rap, white trash, Southern outlaw, who do you want to hear? And I had already reached out to you, but it was awesome because somebody had tagged you in it. I was like, oh yeah, bet. so that's exactly another reason, because there are people that want to, you know, hear what you have to say about a lot of things. So, how many interviews, ballpark, don't tell me exactly, approximately how many interviews have you done before?
Less than 10. I'm very picky about interviews.
That's awesome.
I take
thank
that as a
you.
compliment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I mean, especially nowadays, it's so easy for me to have my own narrative and my own script and edit my own videos. So, you know, for the most part, if there's something I want to get out there, I can. But I do think traditional interviews are very entertaining and appealing and informative, and I think they're on the rise again, especially with the podcast wave right now. So
Right.
but
Sure.
but you know, I gotta like the theme of the podcast. I have to, you know, want to do it, and like I said, less than 10, and this one I've been excited about for the past few days. So
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Really, truly, that's awesome. So, out of the 10, out of the 10, what is one question that you have not been asked that you would hope would be asked and that you would actually answer?
Favorite
that
color?
I have not been asked,
Yes.
but I should have been.
Please do our job for us.
No.
I like it. I like it though. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when I first shoot out the message, I'm like, if there's anything you do not want to talk about, we will not talk about it. But nobody thinks about, you know, from the artist perspective, what would they really like to get out there? So,
Well, I'll say one day I do hope to do. There's one interview that, like, one day I'm gonna do one. I want to do the hot ones. You know, where you eat the hot wings and they ask you the questions or whatever.
yeah, like Catfish Cooley and
I
stuff.
saw Post Malone do that recently.
But it's mainly because I love his questions. He does the deep dive on the Instagram and pulls pictures for more context. And he also, like, I've never been asked what's the craziest thing that's happened on tour, or what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened on stage, or, you know, anything like that. Like, I mean, it's pretty mind-blowing. I've had somewhat of a rock star lifestyle. To do what I've done at the age that I am, like, I feel like if I wrote an autobiography right now, a lot of people would they'd say I was lying. They would call bullshit, and, you know, it's all true. My life blows my own mind sometimes when I say it out loud. So that is one thing that, if I'm sitting here thinking about it, I've never been asked about crazy times on tour or embarrassing stage things, or, you know, anything really more than, like, what inspired me, or like, yeah, everybody knows what inspired me and what my story was to get here. But since I've been here, I mean, I've been doing this for 6 years. I've seen a lot in 6 years.
Right. Hell yeah. Okay, so fine. So you all right, hold on. Yeah.
You're right.
So
I'm
so
leaning into it.
Yeah, you walked us right into it. What's the most embarrassing?
The most embarrassing thing that happened on stage. What?
Is the one in Illinois? Is that where we were?
Illinois.
Is that where we went? Where it was that, where we rode on the couch?
Oh!
Hi, Amber.
The girl that walked up on the stage?
Oh, okay. Woo, that was a good one. Okay.
Clearly.
So, I think it was Indiana.
Yeah, that's right.
Indiana. We,
Imagine that.
Fucking
we did a
Hoosiers.
show in Indiana, and actually me and FJ did this show, and during my performance, a girl tried to come up on stage, and normally I'm very, very picky about, like, stages just because of this. I'm not the guy that has a crowd behind me or a bunch of hype men or whatever. I'm actually the guy that's all over the stage. I have a choreographed dance to basically everything I rap and stuff. So I need all of my room. I don't like people on the stage with me. But we were doing a Mudbog show, so it was one of the stages that's lower to the ground. And a girl came up on stage and tried to start shaking her butt on me while I was rapping.
Sounds horrible.
Now,
Such a bad day.
The missus is there.
Is a married man.
Yeah.
right.
Hi, Amber.
Of course.
Hi.
And my wife was at the show,
Ooh.
so I politely Heismaned her off of the stage.
This is Sparta.
And then she said
Thanks.
something about next time you should just let the person dance or whatever. And I was like, next time you should be respectful. I have a wife.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
It puts you in a
and
bad
then the very
position.
next day, I saw someone post on Instagram or on Facebook how the highlight of the night was when Mike Bama Heismaned a girl off of the stage and told her to be respectful.
That's
Stiff arm
awesome.
to the ground.
Yeah, because that could have went so bad. Like, oh my God, he abuses females. Blah blah blah. So the fact that it actually worked in your favor, because there's a lot of times that fans don't really respect, and then you add alcohol, so it's even worse. So I major props to Amber for not snatching
And
her
I
up.
get it. I get why she came back and said something. It wasn't the fact that I pushed her because I wasn't aggressive at all. It was more I embarrassed her. But she embarrassed herself by walking up on stage and, nearly embarrassed me because you could throw off my whole timing, my whole rhythm. Like, I'm putting my heart and soul into this performance for you. Like, don't come up and ruin it, please.
Exactly. All right, Joe.
So, when you stiff armed this twerker, so what happened? What was the reaction of the crowd? Like, boom, or
They
like,
died laughing. Oh no, everybody died laughing because everybody in the crowd, I swear, they all looked uncomfortable, and then they looked at my wife. It was like everyone there knew, except her. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was very awkward. And then when I did it, everybody was like, oh my God, he did that.
That is awesome. That is
hilarious.
I wish I could have seen that because I'm that type of person. My facial features, I can't lie. So yeah, I'd have been like, I'd have went to the, Friday. You just got knocked the fuck out. So that's awesome.
So, you were talking about who you was working with. So what other artists, while you're on tour, dealing with Hot Damn and these other songs, what other artists that came through that you worked with that was just major influence on you? What other situations that was happening with you in the middle of all this?
Let's see. I got to do a show with the Lax. That was a big milestone for me because that was probably to date the biggest crowd I've performed in front of, about 835, 840 people. That was a really fun show. It was the Lax, Crucifix, and myself. And then I've definitely gravitated towards a certain, I'll say, brand of artist. Like Camo Collins is a great example to me. That's sort of who I look to as a bit of a mentor. He's been doing this 10, 12 years. I don't think he gets near the recognition he deserves. He's one of the hardest working beards in the game, period.
Nice.
And that dude,
that beard is flexing on him.
Oh, it is the flexingest beard I've ever seen. That thing that's a man's beard.
That's a real man's beard.
His beard has its own rap name.
I love that concert.
Most of the time, Camo opens up for his beard. But
That's awesome. That's awesome.
hilarious.
sometimes they switch headliner roles.
Switch back and forth. You never know.
But I would say Camo Collins, Cannon Banyan, and some of the guys that I've seen just really grind and make money off of what they're doing. Overtime's another guy that I've gotten to meet, and I really respect his independent hustle. But I'd be lying if I said that I learned more from anyone than Church for the 2 months that I was around him, just because it was at such a higher level, at such a higher speed, at such a higher pace. All I could really do was soak in the knowledge that I could for the time being. And that was, you got to think that was back in early 2016.
Yep.
So that was right after Heart of America dropped, before Bad Motherfucker dropped, you know, literally right before Rolling Stone.
Right.
Okay.
So I was seeing him really just start to blow over, you know, take the country rap ceiling to a new level.
Right.
And it was awesome to see, but a lot of the lessons that like I learned from him then didn't even resonate with me for another year and a half. And I mean, it's funny because I've been doing this. If you want to get technical, I've been professionally rapping longer than he has.
Right.
But he's just done it at such an elevated pace and level. And then, you know, like I said, I got a catalog of 40, but I'm pretty sure his is well over 100 now.
Wow.
You know, his pace is unparalleled. So
Yeah, it's insane.
I would say I like to leech any little, you know, anytime I can be around anyone and pick up anything, I do. Even Second Chance, I've met him briefly and opened a show for him here in Alabama, actually at the same venue I'm doing the Bubba Sparks show with.
He is awesome.
And just watching his interaction with the crowd, not even his performance, but his interaction with the crowd before he goes up. I loved it. I respect the crap out of it because far too many people don't do it. He's got a little room to zone in right before he goes on stage, but most of the time he's doing the same thing I do when I go to a show, which is spending an hour to an hour and a half just hanging out with everybody in the crowd, letting them know, yeah, I'm a real person. I'm here. Let's take a picture. I'll sign whatever you want, buddy. We'll take a shot, you know. And that kind of personal interaction time with people that you won't ever get to spend that time with in Florida, Ohio, Arkansas, Texas, you know, that kind of shit, that it's important.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Absolutely. You get to I lost my words.
Well, when you get around a real humble person that don't lose where they're at just because of being celebrity or because they're an artist that's getting, you know, a bunch of people to watch your stuff. I mean, because you're right, they're all real people at the end of the day, and to have somebody that's real, you can actually have more interaction with and understand where they're coming from than somebody just kind of conceited or being an ass or whatever.
Or yeah, somebody who's narcissistic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. When they actually, I went to an event like, what was it, 2 weekends ago, and hung out with Rich Regal and Big Poe and White Boy McCoy.
Big
like,
Poe.
yeah, I called I was talking to the promoter and the venue, and I was like, "Do you have VIP or, you know, meet and greets?" And they're like, "Oh no, they like to kick it with everyone. It doesn't matter. It's just, you know." So yeah, that's the type of stuff that I like, because they're able to be on the level to actually show people how they are a real person and talk with people. So,
Speaking of which, I got to go ahead and say shout out to my boy Rich Regal. Love that dude. That the crow tattoo on my arm, the GTO.
Yep.
My boy Rich
Sweet.
Regal did that.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice work, dude.
Yeah.
He does some
Yeah.
sick tat work, and we also shot a music video, that Lax show that I was talking about. That was a big milestone for me. Rich was on that show as well, and we shot a music video for the collab that me and Rich Regal did, talking about country. It's got a awesome music video that we shot at the venue that day right before we went on stage.
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's
So it's even got footage from when we performed it during that show on stage.
That's so cool. I love when artists do that, because you get to see the crowd reactions and you know, get the artist actually in their element. Like you get to see the artist in their natural habitat. This is how they act. So yeah, so no, yeah,
Natural
that's
habitat.
Please don't feed the artist.
Please don't feed the
yeah,
artist.
keep your fingers back.
They're on a
They have
special
a
diet. Beat ya.
but yeah, so that's
They're gonna have
awesome.
explosive diarrhea.
Wow.
Didn't have to go there.
Went
This
there.
is
Well,
a
you said
classy
special
show.
diet.
This is a classy show.
Special diet.
Oh
Please
well,
don't
now
talk about-
no.
My bad.
I will never say this is a classy show. No. That's yeah. No. Yeah, but yeah, trashy classy. There we
Trashy
go.
classy.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, right up with white trash beautiful.
And hick hop diva.
I don't know about all that, but Mike, I must say, honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this. I know you don't normally do interviews and the such like that, so I'm very humbled with how humble you are. It's truly amazing. Talking with you on the phone, you're the same person, like quasi face to face. So yeah, much love and major respect to you.
Sure, for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we do have a little snippet of something else before.
Oh yeah, the little snippet of what
yeah,
the little snippet of what he's
little sneak peek.
Yeah, what
am
he's
I
gonna drop.
Is this the newest piece getting ready to drop?
Yep,
What's
keep
up
going.
about this?
There we go. Yep.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a small snippet.
It is. It's like 30 seconds.
Now you're gonna want to play the music from the very jump because this thing is ridiculous.
Awesome. Gotcha.
Ridiculous.
Let me try to do that. So much pressure. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, yes! No chill! So don't ever try to tell me to calm down, cause I might kill. The next slick talking punk that tries to come around, I just don't feel. Happy sissy wannabes in the industry, I got no chill. So it's best you just stay the hell away from me.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
Trying to start over again.
Yeah, I'm all about that because
Yeah,
you've
for sure.
you've taken like the country rap and hip hop to a whole nother level and gonna start your own new genre. What's going on there?
Hey, you know, I just always try and use a little bit of what molded me as an artist, and I definitely came up on the T.I. and the MGK, but also came up on some Kid Rock, so I figured I'd let a little bit of that shine.
I
through
heard
in
that
this.
influence, I think.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah, that is
Digging it.
awesome.
I'm excited.
Please let me know when you actually drop it because you said you're going to drop it leading up to December 14th,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, do me a favor for my birthday. Tag me in it when you drop it.
Will do.
That's awesome.
All right.
Is there anything else that you would like to touch base on, or how do we reach you if we want to reach you, like all of your social media, any websites, anything like that?
Best way to hit me up is probably Instagram at your boy Mike Bama. But Facebook has an automated reply. I do go through and check them and reply as much as I can. I'm just not as much on Facebook. But then also, if it's anything urgent or anything business related, or collabs, booking, anything like that, anyone can always hit me up at bookmikebama@gmail.com.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. Well, Jason, any questions? Joe, any questions?
You ever think about collaborating with a rock band, like a good hardcore rock band?
You know what? Maybe because I've actually been very interested recently in. I've got it once I check off this one, you know, the Bubba Sparks. Really, all that's left is Colt Ford for me. You know, I got Church, I got Bubba, I got Cypress Springs. So once I get the Colt Ford, then it's time to switch my focus and go get an MGK and a Hobson feature and maybe a Taylor Swift and a Miley Cyrus feature. Who knows?
I love the
Maybe a
list.
Bieber
Not
feature.
Miley.
But I'm gonna get out of this genre and go get them to feature with me.
That would be
There you go.
awesome. Awesome.
on.
Okay, so, sorry, not trying to interrupt. So
Not
2
at all.
years ago when we had talked on the phone, you were getting ready to go on a hunt. Do you remember what you were, who you were going to hunt with?
Was I
We think too
raccoon
much
hunting or
alike.
deer hunting?
You were actually going with a celebrity. You were supposed to meet up and go on a hunt with a celebrity. Did that ever happen?
Dick Cheney.
Kid Rock.
Oh
Donald.
no, it still hasn't.
Are you
My
serious?
uncle is such good friends with Kid Rock and Hank Williams, and I still haven't gotten to see him. It drives me crazy. I aggravate him every time.
Dude, burn
and
his
they
ass.
go hunting literally all the time.
Damn it. Damn
It's driving me
it.
nuts. I know. But once I finish this song, I'm going to be like, if you don't show this song to Kid Rock, you are not allowed at any more family outings, period.
That's awesome.
Should probably
Hell
try
yeah.
to collab with some Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that would absolutely be flipping amazing. So I definitely hope that you get that hunt on soon, and your list is impressive. Like I'm really looking forward, because when you say something and you set your mind to it, going back to the manifest.
I believe in manifest.
Exactly.
Manifest.
So it's been awesome talking to you. I'm thank you so much for
Yeah,
the
for sure.
the time
Definitely a pleasure.
that you've allotted for us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all bringing me on.
Not a problem, man. Definitely.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you so
and
much
it was
for
nice
coming.
actually talking quasi face to face with you.
And I dig it, man. You got you're classy. Sometimes we get different cats, and sometimes they're not so classy. So I appreciate that you're real, and thank you again for your services with the Army. And I definitely appreciate everything you do. And I may keep on rocking, man. And definitely tag us on that new drop so we can get out here and share it all over the place.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. I will.
And make sure that you go back in on where all it's posted. That way, because there's people that have been asking questions and giving, attaboys and everything like that. So
Subscribe, rate, and review.
yeah, there you go. So yeah, and
Hit
if
the clicks
if-
below.
Yeah, down there, right there.
Wherever.
So if you would share it too, that would be amazing.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you again, man.
You have an amazing rest of your evening, and I hope you get dinner.
Y'all too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I hope you eat.
Talk to you later.
I'm going right now.
Have a good one, brother.
I interrupted him. They were going to get dinner, and I was like, dude, we have like 20 minutes. And he was like, what?
Oh.
Yeah, that whole time change.
That happens.
It does.
happens.
It does. It absolutely does happen. So
Good interview.
I
definitely.
I really dig Mike. Like he's proper and he's legit. Absolutely.
Yeah. Seemed like a great cat.
So
Don't look now, but there's somebody in the seat over on the side.
oh my God,
Where did they come
what's
from?
happening?
Oh,
no.
my God.
Becky, look. No, I'm kidding.
You can look at my butt.
so
I'm good.
so yeah.
Come on, Joe.
Oh, man, come on.
For those who do not know who this is Alan Helms.
Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Hi.
Alan.
So Alan and I have talked back and forth for
just me.
quite a
I'm
few
just Alan.
years.
I don't have a job or a title. My
You're
name's
just-
just Alan.
You're just Alan.
Just Alan.
Nothing. Just Alan.
Oh, you have a title. Because it's on the screen right now. You can't see it, but it's there.
Bam.
Yeah,
There it is.
CEO of Mid-American Entertainment.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Awesome.
There we
Awesome.
go. Now maybe they know who I am.
So
A lot of people know the company, don't know the face, don't know the name.
right.
Right on,
So
right on.
if you want to go ahead and plug how anybody can contact you.
You can find us on social media pretty much everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify. We're pretty much anywhere. So we don't have a website, but
Oh yeah.
other
But
than that, yeah, you
You're very
can find us
social.
anywhere. Right.
you're like me. You're a antisocial social butterfly.
Yeah, more or less. Depends on how well you know me. And
Yeah. That's true.
I just want to comment on that hat, by the way.
you like this Hell Came Home cat?
I love our Danny and all the rest of the boys with Hell Came Home, man.
Man,
I
those-
love that hat.
Great guys, great
Definitely.
guys.
We played with them a few times. That's awesome. I dig it.
Yeah, I always support local music.
Yeah, for
always
sure.
always love wearing local gear. You'll be pretty rare for catch me without having a shirt on. That sports local or regional band.
That's awesome.
That's true, unless he goes to Goodwill. Oh, I see. I troll.
Those were those were just mess around shirts. That was fun. That was a fun trip.
That's awesome. I actually seen one, and I was gonna reach out to you and be like,
I almost wore the one that said that guy. I almost wore it. Almost wore it.
It's that guy.
yes, that would have been hilarious.
I'm definitely that guy.
Yes,
I saw a musician in concert, and he went by that one guy.
That's funny.
That was his title. I'm sure Google searches are very kind to him.
That's yeah.
But he was great. It was great music.
So I'll go back and explaining what Mid-American Entertainment's about.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
We definitely do kind of a lot of a mix of things. We started off as honestly just a promotions company, and then we kind of adapted and to the surroundings of our environment in the music scene. Tried to create something with a little more value, something that local and regional artists can have value in and using our services and being associated and networking with us. So.
And rely on the legitimateness of it.
How do you say it?
Well, I mean,
Legitimate.
Say that for it.
say it again. Say it again.
Eat a dick.
Hey.
Damn. Fuck off. I will meet you so fast.
You will too.
Well, I would like to think that we are legit, and a lot of people will hopefully believe we are legit. We're a pretty transparent company.
Right.
We do everything as honest and as good as we can, and making sure that everybody's being treated fairly. So that's one of the things I pride myself on. It's pretty hard to find in this business.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. And if you guys look now, that's actually the Facebook page.
Yes.
Mid-American Entertainment. So if you guys would go and like and follow that page, that would be awesome.
Yeah, you'll find, and we got quite a few artists that we book for. We also have a new artist that we just signed called Calloused. And
I think that was the video that.
We just released our first music video. Before we get into too depth, I definitely wanted to give a shout out to a few people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
for
my
sure.
next question. Who all do you want to shout out?
So I got Stephanie and Brandon Garnett. I did a fundraiser for those guys. Awesome group of people.
That's awesome.
Had a
Do you remember the fundraiser?
Yeah, it was a Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue event I did. So it turned out really well. I had one of my favorite bands ever to book on that called the Nick Harless Band. Those guys are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. I've been wanting to reach out. Yeah.
You ever get a chance to check them out? They play at the Slippery Noodle all the time.
And I think they play at Checkers,
that's
too.
why I said okay.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
I'd like to say hello to my AR director, Mandy Rain. A lot of people know Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
all of my street team people who help share out all of our events and do flyers and share posts and work the messenger and do all the hard work. I want to give a shout out to everybody that supports us.
Hi, everyone. I might be in a group chat with you, so make sure you tag me so I can talk to you personally.
I want to give a shout out to Clean Fuels National and Team Lockout Jiu-Jitsu. Those guys have been huge sponsors on a lot of the events that we've been doing. They actually sponsor music videos, any kind of project that they see kind of support in. So
That's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah.
other than that, I definitely want to give a shout out to all the bands out there
Yeah.
and the venues and all the hard-working musicians who keep grinding this scene every day, making it as good as it is.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough market. You got a lot of great entertainment going around and things. So
There's a lot of great bands. It just depends on if you heard of them before or if they've got the right marketing behind them.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Keep it up. Come on, keep them rolling.
Keep them rolling on the thank yous.
Who do I need to troll now?
oh, she's already stalking.
What are you looking for? Bad evidence? You're probably not gonna find a whole
Do
lot.
I ever like black? Okay, one person.
Tell
Two
me.
people. Aside from those two people.
Aside from those two people,
Other than the
who's
handful I
next
can
on the
name off
list?
top of my head in 3 seconds.
Can we get her to come back and twerk some more? That was pretty fucking hot.
Was she twerking? I missed
Yeah.
it.
The twerk part?
Yeah,
I missed my girlfriend twerking.
you did.
Your girlfriend
How
was
dare
twerking?
you?
I shouted you out earlier, Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Renee.
No,
I almost stiff armed her.
Dang. right off
Right
the
off the
stage.
stage. Yep.
Kaboom.
Wait, is your wife here?
Dang.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't think anybody would have cheered though.
Nah.
like,
I'd
whoa.
been stunned. Yeah,
Renee
that would
just
have.
bit it. Ow.
Yeah. Anyone else? Anywhere?
No, I really can't think of anything else on the shout outs.
It's really just a show of shout outs. That's all we do.
Right.
Yeah.
This show is punched.
I'd like to
There you
shout
go.
out little Fifi.
So I mean,
Coco, my dog,
Billy Bob.
would it be there for me?
Yeah. Johnny Johns. Okay. All right. Quit. So you.
I'm assuming you have some questions for me at some point.
Oh
No,
yeah.
we're just
gonna
gonna
sit here.
we're gonna wing this
Did
shit.
we
and
talk
just
about
sit there and
this
smile.
wood box on the table yet or no?
Oh crap! Sorry. Well, it's So
And
yeah, Bill.
And Bill was on here. He was already on.
Was
here.
he? I missed
Yes,
him.
he
He was
Okay,
like,
so-
shout out to the wooden box.
Say, yeah, shout out and the talking stick. I have the talking stick. It's mine right now. Inside story joke. Okay, so Bill Gibson made these. Bill Gibson made these, and has allowed me to hold on to them for a little bit. This is an example of one of his boxes that he can make, and this is a Native American talking stick. So if you guys have the opportunity and can look into the Woodworking by Bill page, that would be awesome. He does. Hi, Bill. He does huge stuff. Big Poe, and he actually just did a picture for them Bourbon Boys that has ended up missing now. It became missing at the last event, so he's gonna have to go back through and redo that one.
I seen that piece. It was pretty nice.
Yeah. So yeah, much love to Bill Gibson and Woodworking by Bill. So yeah, if you want to get in touch with him, hit me up or hit him up directly. I'll shoot you over to him, whatnot. Sorry, Ellen.
No, that's okay. I've needed a box plug in my life.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I there we go.
Right.
Yeah,
It's now
yeah.
complete.
That is, yeah.
Is a box plug the same thing as a... never mind.
No.
Definitely not the same. You might think so. If
My
you're
bro- my-
using either one of those for both, I don't.
Yeah, it could be iffy. That could be, yeah.
My good friend that was watching, I just gave a shout out to earlier, loves to call it the meat wallet.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That is hilarious.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
you got a lot of event. Well, you've got one big event coming up real soon.
Yeah,
you
dude.
want to talk about that?
Yeah, we've done a lot of events
yeah.
throughout the years, but yeah, we definitely have a big Christmas party coming up. This is our first annual Christmas party for Mid-American Entertainment. This is the first time that we've actually just had a bunch of people that we've known and networked with that we're inviting you to, and
Holy smokes.
the twerker just interrupted
That was
with a
very
beer.
That was a very loud scoop.
Thank you. Renee's awesome. I'll get out of here.
Right. So yeah, we have a first annual Christmas party coming up here, and we're having it in Bluffton, Indiana, mostly because that is my hometown. That's where I grew up. It's where I learned how to skateboard.
Oh, you're a skateboarder.
I'm a veteran skateboarder. Love to snowboard. Took my kids every year. We go snow skiing every year.
Dude, I would have told you to bring in your skateboard and let us peep that out.
Right.
Where are you gonna
Yep, there's that. That kind
gonna
of
grind on the table?
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
a feeling it wouldn't be the first or the last time.
You would be surprised.
But yeah, we have a Christmas party coming up that we have three bands on it. We have a DJ. It's a little bit of a kind of a cross country, or not really a cross country, but a cross genre show.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to start it off with a DJ and kind of get people in the mood, and then we have Hell Came Home on the show.
Love the boys.
Right. 6 Feet to Salvation. I don't know
Okay.
if you've checked
Okay.
those guys out. They're really, really good. And then we're bringing back Slag. Slag's coming back
Slag.
for his second show out of retirement. This will be,
Okay.
and this is also a hometown party for Slag. So Slag's also originally from Bluffton.
Nice.
Right on. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of well, I'm working on a couple things. I don't want to give away any surprises, but we're gonna have some surprises, some raffles, some giveaways, some 50-50s. We're definitely gonna have a Bad Santa and a Naughty Elves contest for this Christmas party.
Ooh.
So we encourage you to dress up
That's
and
awesome.
come and have some fun with it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's
What's
awesome.
the best way to for people to find that page? Because I got the page up there for the event, but how do people find? How do they get to that event? From the website or?
The best way to get to the event is through our Facebook page over at Mid-American Entertainment on Facebook. You can also get tickets if you go through eventbee.com and just type in Mid-American Entertainment Christmas Bash. You should be able to find them on EventBee. We use EventBee because they only have $1 ticket fees, and not only that, after you buy your ticket, you don't have to print it out. I have a list. You can just bring your ID and show up at the door.
Now, Event B, are you talking about
Nice.
Eventbrite?
No.
Okay, completely different.
It's called
Oh, good
Event
question.
B. Yes.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
I
Event B is completely different. So Eventbrite charges you a little bit more. Every single ticket transaction on Event B is only a flat $1 fee.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, good looking, man.
I'm trying to make sure that it's worth our customers buying them online. So.
Right.
But so we have 3 bands. I'm sure. I don't know. Do you have the flyer that you can throw up on the background so people can actually see the show?
Oh, for the Christmas bash.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll get it up there.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Talk amongst yourselves.
That's
So
what he
yeah,
said.
so we have 3 bands. We have a DJ that'll be playing before, in between bands while we're doing things, and then he'll also be doing a 2-hour set afterwards. He does a lot of old school hip hop mixed with new.
Okay.
So, but he is one of the few DJs in our area that still does scratch, so he can also scratch and
Nice.
mix.
Actually, with tables or digital tables?
No tables.
Tables.
So,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
so
a
School Gemini.
Oh yeah, he's an old
Okay.
school cat. He actually runs a radio station channel up on Welt in Fort Wayne. So
hell yeah.
Okay.
See, I thought you were from Fort Wayne because most of your stuff.
yeah,
Goes
that's
that way.
generally Fort Wayne's not too far from my original home. That was always the big city everybody looked up to growing around. us.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think I have the Christmas flyer. I have everything.
It should
It
be
was
right
in the
on
group message. Joe, so Alan has said that myself and my team can come to the Christmas bash.
Oh, right.
Absolutely.
So I was thinking about bringing me, my camera, extra people like you, your camera. You know what I mean?
And
Like
lay
get
out
as
some
much
interviews.
get
while we're out there.
interviews and get as much coverage as we can and yeah.
Yeah, you guys can set up a whole booth if you want. You can do a little media booth or
There's that.
whatever you want to do.
There's that
That
logo.
sounds like
Need that
a
logo.
road trip.
Get some merch.
Merch.
There it is.
Yep, there it is. There's
Not quite the
There
flyer.
you
That,
go.
that's the event, correct? That's the event.
That's the event.
Yeah, right on.
There we go.
Slag. Wasn't there a transformer called Slag? Dinosaur? Slag.
I didn't do Transformers.
It was it wasn't Slag. It was Grimlock.
Well,
no,
I mean, well, that
no,
was the-
one of them was
I
something
think
like that.
I think one was called Slag,
I think you're right.
like the rhino.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know Grimlock.
Like, there we go. Oh my God.
Meet Grimlock.
Don't even step on that.
That's really good, actually.
Okay, so I know that Rock on the River has been something like near and dear to you,
Yeah, it was for the first few years.
and now you have separated.
I just haven't been asked back, I guess, is the only difference. But, well, I guess what's your question?
Okay, all right.
Suddenly, she doesn't have one.
Rise and Conquer,
Okay.
and you're good with that because you've moved on to your own, correct?
Moved on to my own.
Yes.
I moved on from that. That's still technically the Rise Up and Conquer Music Festival. Was entirely my idea, my brand, my design. I paid for the logo. Everything on that is still in my possession, and I fully plan on continuing that into next year.
Okay.
So yeah, we're on the boards and working on that right now. We're
Right.
getting some sponsors together and bringing it back in 2020. But yeah, the Rise Up and Conquer Music Festival will definitely be back.
In 2020.
Yep.
because I've seen people who were patrons that did a lot of pictures and shout outs and everything like that.
Was that the?
So-
Is that one that you rolled out at the water bowl or water hole? Water.
It was
messing that up.
It was the Water Bowl. It was originally supposed to be a different festival, and then it kind of didn't work out, and then it went back to that festival name after we backed out.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh.
I gotcha.
Okay.
I gotcha.
Yep. I'm with you now. There we go. So what about the festival you just were at? Like, dude, I can't even believe you're here. Like,
Louder Than
standing.
Life. Yeah,
That
I
was
just came in a
insane.
few hours ago actually, and got home and turned around and drove back here.
Oh.
So I was on stage with Stained, probably about 20 feet away.
I seen that.
Yeah.
That. Nice up and close. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, you can see it on our Mid American Entertainment page. We got all kinds of photos on there. So yeah, we were
Photos and videos.
over 41,000 people just on Saturday, and then there were over I think close to almost 100,000 people total.
That's
the
awesome.
weekend.
Wow.
Oh, it was Guns N' Roses, Stained. Ice Cube was there. Ice Cube put on an amazing show.
Slip
That's what
knot.
I've heard.
Yeah.
That felt like I was.
And I was kind of thrown off with him being there because it was like Slipknot, Disturbed, Stain, Guns N' Roses, Godsmack, 3 Days Grace, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, and then
The whole show
Ice
was
Cube.
metal and
right. So I was
Rock.
it kind of threw me off with him being on the bill.
Well, I'm not Danny Whitmer, but he definitely knows what he's doing. Obviously, he's doing
Right.
it, all over North America right now.
Everybody knows
Right.
that it was
But I'm telling you, the atmosphere and the party and how everybody got into it was, I think it's just knowing your genre and niche of people, because everybody in that group of people that loves all the music that went to that festival is right in that same group of people that grew up to 90s hip hop.
That's awesome.
Very
Yeah,
much
yeah,
so.
So the transition
that.
isn't far. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I could totally see that for sure.
So, like I said, I think it was definitely a good plug. He's tried it here and there with a few different ones at Rock on the Range and Sonic Temple, and they haven't been as successful. But I tell you, that worked perfectly because it definitely pulled the people in as soon as he started playing. It just mass came in.
I can only imagine how that vibe was. That's
Well,
awesome.
the first couple of days I didn't really get an experience. I actually went down with Diamond Guitars and we did a display booth.
Okay.
So I spent the first 2 days working, and only on Sunday then I actually had the opportunity to go walk around and experience a little bit of the event.
So then can you elaborate, like you and Diamond Guitars? Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
I got asked to help a friend go down and run the display and do some things. We had to take 8 heads down from Gillette Stadium. They played at the NFL kickoff 2 weeks ago, and they're autographing all those, and they're auctioning them off for the Scars Foundation. So actually, coming up here at Sight and Sounds Facebook and webpage and everything, they're going to be probably putting those up for auction here pretty soon.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And
That's
Sight
awesome.
and Sounds based out of, and Diamond Guitars are all now based out of Muncie, Indiana.
Hell yeah. That's
Nice.
awesome.
So
So the friend that you helped out do that, is that a mutual friend of ours?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
Not a mutual friend of a lot of people, but
No, because I believe said mutual friend was messaging me through your phone or
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, we're good. Yep.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of driving, and it was crazy. There's a lot of politics behind the scene in the festival. I won't go into it,
Yeah.
but
That's the that's the best and worst
we
part
did
of where
it-
we are.
right,
You get to
yeah.
see the good side, but then you get to see the bad side.
Right.
So yeah, totally get it.
yeah, we did have the opportunity though to back up next to Guns N' Roses tour bus and unload it right by the green room so that they can drop all those guitar or those amp heads off in the green room. So that's where we had to take them.
Joygasm. Sorry. Sorry. That was that.
Let me scoot over a little bit.
Right?
I won't get any on
She's
you.
sliding that way.
With that, oh, good lord. That just went a different direction.
Sound effects.
Yeah. You're not the only one. You're like,
This episode is sponsored by Pornhub.
no, KY.
Oh, okay.
So
You
probably
seen that? You seen that post, didn't you? What's your favorite? Yeah. Okay, so this is a touchy subject. So I had asked you once before about this situation, and you told me that you would give me the exclusive.
okay.
Are you with me?
No, not yet.
Pierre's.
Okay, what about it?
Why
Why did it close?
why-
Is that the $1 million question everybody wants to know?
Why
Or?
why did it close, and or why did you separate yourself right around that same time?
There's a lot of elements that take part into a venue closing. If I had to be completely honest with it, I would have to say it's probably a lot to do with the era and time that we live in. A lot of people just don't hang out in a venue like they used to do when Pierre's was legendary.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
You don't go out and hang at, most people don't go out and hang at their normal bar anymore. You'll go see a show. For those people who, and God love you all, understand that there's still a lot of value in live music, and there's a lot of therapy in live music.
Yes, absolutely.
But like I said, you just don't have that kind of following anymore. So part of it was definitely just not having that kind of a market anymore. And then the other part of it was just people's perception of the venue and the location and some of the history of it and things that have happened. Some of it happened more even on a business level that ruined the reputation. There was a lot of bands for a long time that didn't want to go there and play. They had a lot of sound issues with a couple different owners. You know, they had a lot of equipment issues. They had a lot of things that contributed to that. And then it comes down to the end, you know, it was just wasn't making money.
Gotcha.
Gotta make money.
I mean, you're talking a big venue with a lot of overhead and you know, a lot of cost in it. So you
Right.
know, it just didn't make financial sense anymore. I don't think was part of it.
Okay.
That makes sense. I mean,
Why did I distance myself from it? The same reason I distanced myself from a lot of situations, because it just didn't make sense for myself for Mid-American Entertainment and the direction that we were heading.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Keep them coming.
okay. All right, fine. I asked. What can we not talk about? I did. Fair warning. Fair warning. So there was an event, and out of respect for myself and minding your friendship, relationship, professionalism, you had hit me up and you said, hey, I just want to give you a heads up. I have a group on said festival that XYZ is holding.
Mm-hmm.
How did that festival go for y'all professionally?
Professionally,
Yes.
it went very well.
Really?
I mean, we didn't sell any merch, we didn't make any money, but we probably had one of the best shows, and we had a double encore scream that night, actually.
really?
Yeah, Third Frame's amazing. I almost wish I would have stepped in earlier and still been on the mic when you guys had Mike on there.
Oh, Mike Bama?
Yeah. And like I said, they're definitely in that. They're not the same as most hip hop artists, even. They're definitely not country rap artists, you know.
Okay.
But they've worked with so many different artists. They've actually also worked with Bubba Sparks, you know. And they played recently with Rehab. We had them on there, and then I mean they played with Two Live Crew. I mean, one of their biggest hits is actually mixed by DJ Mr. Mix from Two Live Crew.
Awesome.
Called Mary I Wanna. So, I mean, they've worked they've worked with all kinds of, they were signed to Atlantic Records, got used for that song and removed.
Dang.
So, you know, they got to experience part of the music business as well. You know, you definitely want to make sure that you have your rights and in your best interests at heart when you do have a product.
Exactly. Yeah. So on the upside, they got exposure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And that's what got them, you know, they played with Snoop Dogg. They played with a lot of big artists on a lot of big shows.
Right.
But, yeah, they got asked, you know, to play that show, and out of respect, you know, it was a business deal, and I reached
Absolutely.
out to you and just wanted to let you know when you start seeing this advertisement, don't go jumping to conclusions thinking something else was out there.
Right. No. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the mutual respect that a lot of people don't have anymore.
Yeah.
So absolutely major love and much respect for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, because we've been talking on social media for like over 2 years now, and this is the first time I get to meet you face to face. We've tried, and you know, shit being what it is, and time management, and so absolutely the fact that you know that you genuinely cared enough to reach out to me before everything happened. Most people would be like, oh, you happen to see that? Yeah, my bad. I was going to tell you. So yeah, so absolutely, because there's
Like
been,
I said, I'm not like most people. My dad was military. Both my parents raised us very respectfully. You know, it doesn't matter what anybody else does or doesn't do. You're still responsible 100% for who you are and how you act.
Absolutely.
And I treat everybody exactly how I'd like them to treat me. It doesn't always work out well or the same, but that's not for me to judge or even really pay any attention to at this point. You know, I just do what I do.
right, exactly.
Got to. Right. Oh,
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
I
Gotta
wanna-
respect
I wanna-
that, because there's a lot of people ain't got any morals these days, and they just kind of blah, 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 and
Well, one of my most
verbal vomit.
one of my most well-known sayings is probably, "We now live in the land of the me. It's not the land of the free anymore."
Absolutely. I
It's all about
I like that. I like that
I can get
it's
behind
very
that.
much there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
The land of the me. I gotta remember that.
I got T-shirts at home if you want one.
I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna give a few shout outs to some people here I see watching.
Yep. Go ahead.
Jamie, Matt Zier, Tony Ortega. I don't know if you guys heard of him. The Music Box. He's up around Valpo. He's got a radio station. Hey Tony, Birdie, nice seeing you. Also Clay Onweller from Slag yelled at me on a text message that I didn't say hi to.
Hey, Slag.
Right. So, but yeah, we definitely got that Christmas party coming up. Like I said, that's only like $5 per person right now. I think we're doing $8 day of the show. Yeah, we got 300 maximum capacity is 300.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's go.
So it's nice and intimate.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real intimate. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have a good time. We're gonna party out, and then I know we got more shows on the works right now, and then we been working on some new projects with Callus. We're getting ready to release probably another song and another video coming up here in the next 6 months.
So is that your project? Is that
I manage and book that band. They're basically on our record label. They're pretty much totally under my wing. They are the very first band that ever has worked with me and takes 100% of my information and applies it.
That's awesome.
And that's under Mid-American, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do we have a clip of that?
Yeah, actually, our new music video was actually just released back in August. It's called "Blow It Up."
Okay.
And the song is completely about PTSD and flashbacks. So
Okay.
it was a dedication. The song was actually written after 9/11, probably 4 or 5 years ago. When the song was brought into me, I actually rewrote it, and even the "we" part on the vocals, I'm not even on it. So.
Really? I think I seen it pop up when we were getting everything set up. Is that something you might be over there working on? Oh, well, okay, it's already ready. Sweet.
Let's blow it up again. Let's blow it up again. Can you see insanity? It's crazy. It's worldwide. It's not right. Can we break these chains that we've made? They're worldwide, it's not right. We have begun to see what we all will be. Consequentially, dropping bombs when we know all else begin. War that never ends. Now it's time, my friend, blow it up again. Let's blow it up again. Can you take all this hate, all this rage? Let it come to get me. I can't say it's come for me. It's come too late, but it's come to get me. I've begun to see what we all will be. Consequentially, dropping bombs when we know all else begin.
Right.
That is awesome. So.
The ending's probably the best part, so definitely go watch the rest of that. You can find it on YouTube or you can find it on our Facebook over at Mid-American Entertainment. But yeah, there's a whole tribute at the end and a phone number for call in for help if you are suffering with post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, we really want this message to get out to people. It's not even about a product on this one. So
It's the message.
Yeah, the message is the reason that we wrote the song and the whole reason behind the video. So.
Definitely
Absolutely.
love the meaning. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
Right before it came out, you had shot it over to me, and I was like, "Yeah, just let me know. I'll share it. I got you."
Yeah, we definitely, like I said, we've been trying to truly give value to artists and their product and their music, and try to show them how to market it to mass public. Yeah, I mean, if you want
It's
things, if you want
processed.
things to be national, they have to be written and done as such.
Right, right.
And so, yeah, this is one of our very first examples of a full project. So we hope that it really sets the example moving forward, and that we can continue to keep growing and helping other artists do the same thing.
Absolutely. Because honestly, the reason that I stepped up and started doing the podcast is because I want to be able to get the little guys, the ones who can't afford like my promotional fees or my managing fees or my producing fees. So to showcase, you know, those who are who can't really break through that ground level. And then it has turned into its own beast at this point in time.
It is a beast, and it's hard because it's wanting to get somewhere that you can't necessarily financially go, and that's pretty much your only obstacle at times.
Yes.
A lot of times.
Absolutely.
And the other part of it's just not having the education or the knowledge of how it works and what to do.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, dealing with because I'm having artists continuing to hit me up, and I'm like, you know, do this, do that, and it's a process because those who are artists, most of them just want to be artists. Like, they don't want to have to learn the whole other side of it, and if you're independent, you got to learn it all.
Well, I would say even if I wasn't independent, I would want to learn it all, because the biggest thing about the music business is if there's something you don't know, that's where somebody's going to get you.
Yes.
Very true.
So the more that you know, the less opportunity you're going to have of those bad experiences out there, or somebody else taking advantage of you.
The less you're going to be a victim.
That's right.
Yep.
And having a good, solid team. That's all. I mean, because without having people everywhere, one person cannot do it all to make a group, an artist, a band, a rapper, whatever it is. They can't, by themselves. You have to have a good support squad and everybody playing their role, and
aces in their places.
Yes.
Not only does that one person not do it, but that one person can break it. If you're trying to use somebody just because of a connection, but you know that they're really not a decent person or a decent business person, distance yourself from those people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they could come back and bite you.
Yes.
Oh, you're associated with so and so
you get blackballed. You get blackballed all the time that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. So,
yeah, like I said, we've done a lot of shows. We did a lot of promotions for a long time. Honestly, there's not really a lot of value in being a promoter anymore.
no.
It's rough.
Because you're literally the trash can stuck in the middle of everybody.
Yep.
The venues don't want to see you make money. The artists don't want you to make money.
Yep.
Everybody wants you to do all the work, though.
Right.
So
they want everything for free.
Yes.
We got to pay you? What?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So that ain't cool. I mean, you got to, at least, 10 or 20% on for some promoter. But you get the promoters also that don't do nothing.
That's true.
Oh yeah, we're promoting a show.
They
with
put it on their
Hallville,
page one time.
We came to one show, and they're it's boosted. We got this. We've been putting out, and you get there. There's no flyers. There's nothing. Nobody. And then you end up having a crowd that's like, whoa, hold on. You told us this was all covered. We could have put some stuff out there, but oh man, we're marketing this real deep, and nothing. There's not even a sign that says there's a show.
Well,
right, and then but also you get those pay to plays where you're paying to do all your own shit, and the venue doesn't
the ticket
even.
Sales.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. So it's
we've done them all.
Yeah.
I mean, everything except for true pay to play. But a lot of people will misinterpret ticket sales as pay to play. And it's not really. What it is it's incentive for you to go out there and actually do your job, because most local and regional bands don't.
Nope.
They want to play every venue all the time, every weekend, non-stop, or they want to burn out the scene even, Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then they can't bring 5 people.
Yes.
You want me to pay you for what? To come and play? Just no
have a
different.
jam session.
No different than if I came to your basement and watched.
Exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, I actually had this debate with a group not too long ago. They're like, "Oh no, the house needs to bring the group, the fans," and I'm like, "No, like you need to at least be responsible for at least half of them." Oh no. And at one point in time, I was just like, "You know what? You're right. Rue off, Deer Creek, they got the fucking business wrong. My bad. You
Right.
know, so
Exactly.
yeah, so there are those artists who expect everything to be handed to them.
Well, and a lot of times,
And-
if you're actually open with the venues, like, look, we got a good following here, but we haven't really been to your area to, you know,
Right.
so we'll open for whatever. We'll come on an off night. We'll show you that we got quality, but we need, you know, you work with them, talk to each other, and if you got a good venue, they're going to communicate with you and they'll work with you. As long as you're doing the work and making extra flyers or, you know, putting the grind out on social media.
I was gonna say, are you kidding me? I can't even think probably out of the 3,000 or 4,000 local bands that I've worked with in the last 2 years that every single member of the band is actually on social media and marketing.
Right.
Yeah,
And
That's
that
you know how
makes a
retarded that
difference.
is.
It is ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. 'Cause
It just that doesn't make any sense to me. If you're trying to create a product and you have this band that you want to bring people, then everybody in that band ought to be telling other people or marketing it.
that's the best way to do it is to have your core.
And it-
No,
and it-
wait,
and
no,
it
wait.
does
That's the
make a
venue's
difference.
job, right? That's the venue's
Oh
job.
yeah, right, yeah.
You hear
you're
it?
right, yeah.
But, I mean, for example, I'm going to shout these guys out. They're going to be on the show here in a few weeks. We haven't quite set the date. American Bombshell. I think they've been on one of your shows.
Yep.
Every single person in the group has their social media on there. They're throwing stuff out about the show. They're out there. You can
They
see
even got Kenny out there supporting. You know, they've
Yeah.
got, you know, just like Phil and on Boba Flex. You know, I mean, all those
Yeah.
national bands. Those are called super followers. You know, those are
Yeah,
people
super
that are going to
fans,
come
yes.
to
Yep.
every single show. Those are people that are going to
Where it's
share
at.
all your stuff, right?
Yep.
And
If you
buy
don't
your
have-
merch
right.
and yeah.
And those
yeah.
people didn't get there just because, oh my gosh, you play a guitar.
Yeah, no.
No, it takes work.
Right. They have to know you as a person.
Yes.
You have
absolutely.
to be personal. You know how many messages or invites I get in my messenger that don't even have any words put with it or say,
Yeah,
hey,
just
you
shot
know,
out. Yeah.
I'd appreciate it if you come to the show, or hey, will you check this out, or could you at least please share it? No, nothing. They just nonstop.
No.
Or like, okay, so I have been guilty of this before. But now that I'm getting like 50 friend requests a day, like I'll accept, you know, I have to vet people, but I'll accept it. But then I shoot out all the different pages and I'm like, man, I'd be rather pissed off if somebody sent me like, you know, 12 different pages and wasn't even like, hey, how's your day going?
Actually,
I've
I
acclimated.
just blocked somebody probably a week ago, and about the 4th or 5th time, and since they've been my friend, that they've actually sent me a request to come like a page or do something.
Right.
You've never even said hi to me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
ridiculous.
Like they don't know, you know, it's networking, it's personal, it's
She,
they gotta
she
be
literally tried to explain to me how she was promoting for this band and this and that, and went on and on and on. And I literally, I just said, you were obviously new.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's not even a dig or dogging on or anything like that. It's stating facts because you can tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but those are all techniques that you learn by doing it. And if half your
Absolutely.
band's not doing it, you're not learning anything. You're not gaining any ground.
Nope.
You're not upping your value. You're not going to make more money at the next show. Nothing.
Absolutely.
And all those
Absolutely.
other Hallville members out there that's been watching tonight. Did you hear
Who
that?
don't do that.
I
Are you
just-
guys paying attention? Like, hello.
For
Say no
everybody.
names.
Hey, I'm not pointing any elbows, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't afford to hire a social media marketer that's in control of your page and doing all your work for you, then your band ought to be doing it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
You-
hands down, agreed. Absolutely
I
agreed.
agree.
Yeah. Okay. So shout out. Thanks, Jason.
Hey, for
It's-
sure. Thank you,
He
Jason.
said there's something catchy about watching your show. Let me know what that catchy is.
Yeah, sure.
Share it.
Tell
share
us
it.
exactly what it is that's caught you.
What is the what's the catchy part of it? Because like, you know, I know what my co-host finds catchy this evening.
I think it's the sunglasses. And you forgot that.
Sunglasses, hat, you know, incognito.
Give us a call, Ray Band. We'll
Yeah.
we'll wear anything you got.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get those weird bug shaped.
Until we get sponsors.
Yes, that's yeah. Speaking of, okay, fuck. Okay, so since
slip up?
yeah, no, we're good. So since you did say sponsors, like hands down, we're open. Like, you know, Woodworking by Bill, the shirt that I'm wearing, because I actually seen these dudes in concert. Outlaws,
See
Here,
what dudes?
These right here.
Seen these guys in concert.
Outlaws of Moonshine. So yeah,
Keep
so
lifting.
I actually
Keep
know those.
lifting,
I
keep
know those
lifting.
guys.
yeah, they were.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking to me. Hold on. Oh,
There we
hold
go.
on.
Yeah, there we go.
Stop lifting. Stop lifting.
Sorry. Misunderstood.
Yeah, but yeah, so sponsors, even little businesses. Talk to Jason, Aaron.
Somebody say my name
Right.
as I eat
Say
my burrito
name,
over
Say
here.
my name.
That's why I've been so
I'm
quiet.
sorry. Yeah, that's why. Okay. So we have to throw in food. That's not fair. You have
It's the only way I get paid.
Don't feed the bear.
Don't poke the bear.
Craft services.
He likes being
He will
poked, I
mute.
thought.
No, he'll mute your shit. That's yes. Yeah, he totally has that. Yeah,
He
got
has
that
the
down.
control of everything.
Absolutely everything.
I am controlling transmission.
He is definitely the man behind the curtain, the brain behind it.
So, Alan, you've worked with all these different groups, and we've kind of had our conversations been on all over the place. But what kind of the underlining theme it seems like it's been kind of going on tonight is people being real, humble, not being on the jerk side. Out of the biggest artists you've worked with, which ones have just been the most humblest, real, an enjoyment to work with, that you learned from them and you grew from them, and you were even if you didn't grow from them, it was just a pleasure to work with people that was just real deal.
I do so many sides of the business. It's really a complicated question because I've worked with national artists, I've worked with regional artists, I've worked with local artists, I've worked with venues, I work with booking agents.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've learned a lot of different things from different people. I would probably say I learned more from your regional booking agents.
Okay.
People like, like FM or Arden Entertainment or the Thermal, Doug and those guys. I would have to say, honestly, when it comes to like booking through bands and having to do the booking side of national acts, I love working through Thermal.
Okay. Yeah.
So Doug and Kyle Favors over at Thermal Entertainment are amazingly awesome, and probably still to this day one of my favorite bands is right now Shallow Side.
Shallow Side, we played with them at Fifth Quarter Lounge probably 3 years.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, they're a totally different band now.
They were as killer then.
I
Alabama boys, right? So
Yeah.
Shallow Side. I was just hollering at them, trying to get them in the studio.
Oh, I can text him right now.
Well, okay, and to lead off that, if going back to what I originally started this for, the Loda guys. So if you know of anyone that needs, recognition, a little bit of,
Well, it depends on what scene and what region you're looking at.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, we've got a lot of bands in our area. I would have to say, if you're in the Fort Wayne area, definitely check out OLC, Overseas Love Crisis. They're like a punk band.
okay.
His voice is phenomenal. The music they do is great. They're probably one of the best group of guys. They're actually one of the very first bands that set me down, asked me for a meeting for 45 minutes, and stood there with a notepad. The
Oh
whole
wow!
band.
See, that's hard. Yeah, notepad.
And they're
sold.
they're like, okay, what should we do after we? I was like, you're 2 pages deep. When you get through that list, come back. We'll sit down again.
Right.
That was a year and a half, 2 years ago. I haven't seen him since on a list of information I gave him. So.
But from afar, have you seen that they have potentially followed any of that advice?
I've seen them follow some of it. Honestly, I think they've had a lot of their obstacles that's kept them from doing some of the key parts of it. But
Okay.
I have no doubt the chemistry that they have in that band and the music that's producing and coming out of it. Every show you go to is different. They'll mix with different artists, and if you book them for a show, they're gonna bring somebody and not tell you.
Really? Like, okay. So
Surprise!
Right.
And they're gonna do like a Cage the Elephant cover, or they're gonna do something.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
blow you out. They pull out the saxophone. They'll do the whole 9 yards.
wow.
So
always
OLC
fun.
up there is just absolutely amazing. Second Son is up there with Calloused in South Bend in that region. Those are two really, really, really great bands. Of course, we got Hell Came Home,
Love them
right in the
boys.
center. Down here, you guys got some good ones. I would say, you guys already on to American Bombshell.
American Bombshell.
Yeah, working on that.
Yeah, I love those guys.
We just had Catalytic in the studio. They're
Yes.
always a good
Have you
band.
guys checked out Normandy at all yet?
I have looked, but not here recently.
I played with them guys up in Muncie. I want to say we played with them at the ballroom.
Might have.
I might have.
I know we've been moving them a little more that way. They did play the Rise
Shots,
of
Big
the
Shots.
Losers Festival. They just played
Yeah.
that. So, but yeah, we put them on a few shows. We actually took them out on a few tours. Took them out through Wisconsin. Took them into Chicago.
Okay.
So that's
I've seen that.
great
That was
band.
on a couple of your events.
Yeah.
I've seen with Losing September and
Yeah,
those boys.
yeah. We did like a couple 2 or 3 day runs all over. So we did some of that. Gravel Switch. And I don't know if you guys know them. They're out of
I know
Kentucky.
Yeah. There's some good guys. We were talking with those dudes to come up and do a show. They do a lot of live feeds.
Yeah,
all the
every
time.
Tuesday. Yep,
Every
every
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Been sticking
Good,
with
good
it.
guys.
Yeah, let's see. Zero Kings out of West Virginia is a really good band.
Okay.
If you haven't heard of those guys.
Man,
No.
Zero
I could-
Kings. I haven't heard of those guys.
No.
Yeah, it's Zero King, ZeroKing. Shout out to Andy. He's the lead singer.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But yeah, those guys are a phenomenal rock band. I haven't had a chance to work with them yet, but they do tour quite a bit with Gravel Switch, so they're
Okay.
really good friends with them.
Gotcha.
We know a lot of bands in Chicago, a lot of metal bands like a Silent Truth. I don't know if you've heard of those guys.
I think I've seen them on a bill.
What about On My Six? They're pretty good. They do a great live show.
We did one with, and I haven't seen them on the scene for a while. I don't know if they're Psychedelic Days.
Psychedelic Days.
Yeah. Psychopathic Days. I think I'm saying that wrong. Oh my God.
Because one of the shows that we did in Chicago had Psychobilly Death Clowns on it.
I haven't seen that one. Another decent
next
group out of
episode.
Chicago, Fool's Brew. Oh my God. I think Jared O'Connell. I'm saying pretty good group of dudes. Kind of a different something that's popped in my head while we're sitting here doing all this, and I feel like Fort Wayne. All right, here in Indy, we just now started picking up 93.9.
Yeah, I actually listened to it on the way
and
here.
it's a great station, but it's new, it's fresh. One thing I feel like Fort Wayne's music scene, at least for rock, hard rock, that kind of area, you have the like in Fort Wayne you got the Bear, and how much do you think having, even though everything's going a little more digital and things, but having a local station that helps push for the local scene, how much do you think that plays a factor? Especially coming from the side, you're working with the artist all the way to
You're looking
behind
at it
the
from the
scenes.
fact that Indianapolis hasn't had that kind of a long-standing radio station that
For a
has
while,
that's helped build the market here.
Yeah,
for rock
I
and
mean,
roll.
it's been a long time since we had X. We have Alt, which is not quite anywhere near what X was.
It's the
or
millennial
107.9.
the millennial version, right?
Yes.
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 You're hearing the same
Absolutely.
thing that's on, the pop stations that, or you're hearing the same rotation of Nirvana, Soundgarden.
That happens on public radio anyway because of the way the music industry works and what they're allowed to play and what hits songs and what hits ratings and what's going to get that listener.
Right on.
So that's why they'll replay it. Some will replay more. Depends on if they're trying to build an audience or
They're just kind of maintaining.
or if they just hired a really bad DJ or
It happens.
studio director, right?
Yeah, absolutely, it happens.
Do you think that plays a role with how the local scene?
I think it definitely
portrayed?
played an important role in establishing Fort Wayne as a really solid rock and metal city.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I mean, I really think it definitely had an impact on it. A lot of it has to just do with the scene itself and the bars and the people that are in it. And there's a big difference in why some scenes fail and when some don't. I said most of the time you're going to hear people complaining. It's the people that are about the scene or about the venues or about experiences. Those are people that, like I said, they're just probably in a really bad scene trying to make something happen. That you have to realize where you need to take your goal to achieve it.
Exactly.
Right.
Gravitational pull.
And
Yep.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's true. That's cool. Just wondered. That was just a random thought that was.
No,
popping
yeah.
through
I
while we
mean,
were-
I mean, digital media. I mean, I'm on the same boat as everybody else. I mean, and I would much rather run an ad on Spotify or Pandora than I would, to run on a local radio station.
Yeah,
It's just gonna. It's a lot more tailored to people's like and to people's interest anymore. And
Well, and
I don't know-
Facebook,
I
if
don't
you
know
run an
public
ad on
radio.
Facebook, you can pick and choose what demographic and location and everything like that. So,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, and you can definitely. I mean, today's public radio. If I spend as much money on Facebook as it costs me on public radio to run an ad for 2 weeks, that you're generally going to hit. Let's say like the Bear. The Bear has what 70, 90,000 people.
Yeah.
Out of those 70 or 90,000 people, so the ad I'm going to run for a show I want to do that I want them to come to, probably less than 20% of those people are actually even going to be interested. But I'm wasting my money on those other 80%.
Yes, because most people don't listen to the radio anymore.
But I'm saying it's the whole marketing concept behind it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
So
for sure.
Yeah, like I said, if you took that money and you invest in social media marketing, where you can target specifically down on interest, and and you can get right to the heart of those people that are going to want to come to the show, and not only is it cheaper, it's also more effective.
Right, exactly.
And I think that's where public radio is struggling, is they've now lost their value, and they need to refigure out where it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Good call. For
Okay,
sure.
so to be fair, and I ask everyone this. I know you don't do interviews.
Not typically.
Right. So again, thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely, thank you. Hopefully I didn't tip on anything.
No.
Okay. What is the one question that you wished you had been asked before that you will answer? There's a fine line there, so.
Like I said, I don't really do interviews, so nobody's really asked me that many questions. I've never. What's one question that like what's the ultimate question I wish somebody would ask me?
Yeah, there we go.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know, like what keeps me motivated? You know what I mean? Like that's probably one of the most intriguing things I find in people, and what I want to ask them, is what motivates you not only as a person but as a business person, or what keeps you motivated?
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
there's a lot of there's a lot of ups and downs in not only this business but in life in general.
Absolutely.
So, but I would have to say, trying to be. I've been in the scene, back in the scene. I actually started with Slag years ago.
Okay.
In the 90s, but after being back in the scene, I'd say one of the reason I stay motivated the most is to set an example completely different than what's out there, because it is a gangster's mob market out there when it comes to music business.
It absolutely
and it's all
is.
about your seniority and your ranking and how long you've been in the business.
And who are you friends with, and who you blow, and
who
who you know.
knows you.
Mhm.
Right. And there is a lot of
Absolutely.
politics in it, but like I said, I think just trying to set a different example and be humble and be transparent and be fair and be
Right.
honest and treat people like I would want them to treat me, and I just keep hoping that someday it'll make an
Right.
impact to somebody. Even it doesn't have to hit everybody.
Absolutely. So yeah. So again, I'm very flattered and thankful that you would actually drive 2 hours.
Yeah, we just got done driving 4 hours back
Stupid.
that way.
Yeah. to come to the studio, and that's very awesome of you.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to do it in person.
Yeah.
I don't never hardly do interviews at all. So if I'm going to do it, I didn't want it to be impersonal at all. I want to make sure I come down.
I definitely respect that.
That's awesome.
And definitely appreciate it for sure.
Yes. And make sure that you hit, the cross posts and answer any of the questions.
I will. I'll go back and go through them
Yeah,
all.
go
I
ahead.
appreciate everybody who tuned in. I appreciate all the comments,
Absolutely,
all of my
thank you.
fans that
Yep.
tuned in.
Yeah, definitely.
Friends, fans, followers.
Yeah.
They're all family.
Yeah, that's what we call it. We call it the me family, and the me wasn't off the land of the me thing. It just happened to work out for the Mid American Entertainment.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are family.
Mm-hmm.
And once we work with you and you meet up with our interest and you know how to be professional,
Right.
we're family. So
Absolutely.
we definitely expect and hope to see all of our family on December 21st.
I
in
will.
Bluffton.
I will plan on being there. Yeah, absolutely.
Probably
I'll make
Team
that
Deep.
show. Yeah, exactly. So if you guys would check out the event page and then also check out the Mid-American Entertainment page.
Yeah, give it a like, give it a share, invite
Like,
some
follow,
friends,
share.
right? Yeah,
Absolutely.
we give away ticket contests. You're gonna see information
All the time.
about music industry, anything music related. You'll see a lot of updates on music. We do stay away from controversy and depressing things. We do try to keep things upbeat. So I mean, you won't see me post when a famous person dies.
Don't even. Don't. I've been
that?
good.
No.
I've been good.
You maybe need to go follow and watch our page. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, he's giving me shit about the whole
You said
drama
and I was just like,
yeah. Like I
Right.
do. I hate drama, but I'm gonna expose it. Like,
it works.
you know.
It
You
works.
gotta, you gotta do what you gotta do. you know?
Right.
For sure. I just give it a shit.
So yeah.
I'm just saying is if you get tired of the drama and you need to.
I just need to move genres, right?
just keep it on that side of the table. Honestly, it probably makes all the difference. There is a lot of trouble and drama in certain different genres.
Absolutely.
There is. It is.
But don't get me wrong. I mean,
like,
you get a lot of spoiled, brats all over across
Entitled.
the board. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely.
people that think they're somebody when they're nobody. That's probably that's why Callous is one of the first bands I've actually stuck with and worked with, because they're just flexible. They don't have an ego. They understand where they're at and what their position is and where they're heading, and they're willing to take advice. And of course, I treat them with respect.
Right.
so,
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's hard to find artists like that.
It is. I mean, they start getting any kind of publicity, and then it goes straight to their head.
Absolutely.
It's
nice
and I
to
think
find.
you said it. They think they're somebody.
Yes.
And when they're really, you ain't no different than me, man.
I know
your
people
shit
that
stinks,
that are somebody who don't think they're somebody.
Right. Yes.
and
yes.
that makes them even that better of a person.
Absolutely.
By
Yeah.
far.
So yeah. So
But I really appreciate you guys inviting me down and having me
for
on
sure.
here.
Oh,
man,
absolutely.
for
No.
sure.
Thank you for
Definitely.
taking the time, like the drive time and the time. So
Yeah.
Right on.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
I will definitely be talking to you soon.
Yeah, I'd be happy to come back.
Absolutely. That would be awesome.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
And there's a band that's messaged you a few times. I don't know their name.
That has. Probably slang.
Hallville. So yeah.
Yeah,
some venue.
I'll be honest, man. We really haven't had a lot of luck working with it down here in Indy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The market's different down here. It's a lot harder to get in, and it just takes time to be able to transfer people back and forth. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
you guys already got a market down here where people are way used to making more than they're ever going to make in our market.
And that's real though. It's real.
That's real.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste anybody's time, but yeah, I would love to have you guys. I said either come up, or if we have some available gigs down here, man, I'll keep you guys in mind too.
Oh
Right
yeah.
on, for
Thank
sure,
you so
for
much.
sure.
You're my sunglass brother now.
Yeah. I'm so on the out of that. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So awesome, everyone. Thank you for staying tuned, everyone
for
that
sure.
has. If you guys could share this, it would be amazing.
Share,
And,
tag, rate,
Subscribe,
Subscribe,
rate,
yeah.
review
hit all the buttons.
on all of
likes,
your social
thumbs
media
up.
platforms
Absolutely.
and podcast platforms once we officially launch it.
There we go.
Yeah.
There
Couple
we go.
weeks probably.
Couple.
Yep.
All right. So I
have plenty
believe
of
taking
information
us
for 'em.
out. Yeah, absolutely. I believe taking us out is going to be the.
Crap. What? What is it?
Oh, sorry.
What?
It's
Let's do the whole blow it up video.
Okay, there we go. Yep.
Then we can see the PTSD at the end.
Yep. There we
There you
go.
go.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Alan.
Yeah, you're
definitely,
welcome. Thank
sure.
you.
You're
I definitely
awesome.
look forward to coming back.
Awesome. Thank
sure.
you.
Thanks again, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate it. This has been another awesome Monday with Monday Love.
Yay.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Let's blow it up.